We're good.
Welcome to the Colorado Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at the same website where you registered. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, which is from Duke Kunshan University.
Hi, and welcome to our presentation on Duke Kunshan University. My name is Lindsay Parker, and I'm representing Duke Kunshan University, which is Duke University's new joint venture university in China. Essentially, what we're offering is like a Duke Education 2.0 taught in English in China to top international students from all around the world. We are quite new. Our undergraduate program launched in the fall of 2018. So we currently have freshmen, juniors, and sophomores on campus. We do not yet have a senior class or any graduation outcomes. So we are very, very new. We are a joint venture between Duke University, which is typically ranked in the US top 10 and the worldwide top 20, Wuhan University, which is in China's top 10, and the city of Kunshan. Our students study on both campuses in Kunshan, China, and in Durham, North Carolina, USA, and they actually graduate with 2 degrees, the Chinese degree from Duke Kunshan and the US bachelor's degree from Duke. This is the lovely city of Kunshan. It is about 2 million people, and it is a technology and innovation hub, somewhat like Silicon Valley is in the United States. It's about 20 minutes from here to Shanghai, which is one of the biggest and most bustling metropolises in the entire world. So it's really fantastic that our students have easy access to all the modern and wonderful amenities of both cities. About China's historic towns like Zhejiang. So our students also get to go some places that have a bit more of the flavor of traditional China. Our students can also study at Duke University. This study away is typically done during the 3rd year of the program. So this would usually be either the fall or the spring semester of the junior year. There's also the option to add on a consecutive summer term, so summer plus fall or spring plus summer. This is actually my alma mater from graduate school, and my experience at Duke was one of the most eye-opening and life-changing experiences I've ever had. So I highly recommend it to anybody that can study at Duke. This is the list of our current majors. You may notice that these are all dual majors that have been pre-packaged together, kind of like double majors. So there's the interdisciplinary part listed in gold, paired with these bulleted pairings listed in white. We also have some new majors coming on board in behavioral science with tracks in neuroscience and psychology, and computation and design. So if you're interested in AI, cybersecurity, or video game design, we have some majors for you in those areas. I do want to return to the fact that our students are graduating with 2 degrees. We understand that Duke Kunshan is very new, but if you attend DKU, you can rest assured that you would be graduating with a degree also from Duke, which is one of the most prestigious and influential degrees in the entire world. And it opens quite a few doors, both for graduate school and for starting a career. We are looking for students who want to be impact makers, who are high achievers, open-minded and adventurous, who want to learn about the world and from people that are from different backgrounds and have internationally diverse perspectives. Our tuition is at the high end, but like Duke, we offer a tremendous amount of support in scholarships and financial aid. Also, our cost for housing and meals is about $10,000 less per year than the standard recommendation for housing and meals budget in the US. Currently, about 80% of our international students do receive reduced tuition through scholarships and financial aid. All international applicants are automatically considered for scholarships, and those scholarship awards can cover up to 100% of tuition. We are on the Common App. We are test optional this year. And I'm going to skip forward really quickly to the QR code for our full presentations if you'd like to join us later. And thank you so much. I will turn it over to the other presenters.
Wonderful, thank you. Next, we have John Cabot University.
Hello, hello. Let's get this started. So hopefully everyone can hear me all right. So my name is Ramsey Asir. I'm from John Cabot University in Rome, Italy. While I introduce myself, I'm going to let you guys scan this QR code. Just pull out your phone. I'm sure you know how to do it, and go to the camera and put it on there. It should open up. It's just a lot of information that'll be helpful. It's nice to have it right in front of you, and just give you guys a few more seconds. So like I said, my name is Ramsey. I am a U.S. admissions counselor for John Cabot University. I'm also a recent graduate. I graduated from there a little over 3 years ago. Still missing it every day. Definitely says something. I feel like, I had such a good experience, and, I wanted to come back and work for them, part of the admissions team, just to, tell kids that there are options outside of the U.S. that are great options. So hopefully you've scanned that QR code by now. And who are we? So we are an American institution in Italy. So we award American degrees. We're accredited by the Middle States, just like a lot of the universities in the United States. So definitely an American accredited degree that you can take back to the States. And we have 14 different bachelor's and associate's degrees. Yes. So here's a little bit about who attends John Cabot. We have around 1,400 students at our school. As you can see, there is a good proportion of them coming from the US and Italy, of course. And so we actually have students from over 80 countries at our school. So I know it's kind of hard to comprehend 80 different countries fit into 1,400 students, but you're meeting people from all around the world, literally. It's a very close-knit community. I mean, Rome is, as well as just a, Central European city, a hub for so many things, culture and literature and history and art. I mean, so much. And I can tell you from experience, it really is all of that combined. So yeah, very, very diverse and international. You will be meeting people from countries that you may never have heard of. So yes. But 14 degrees. So we're a liberal arts institution. So we have things from economics and finance all the way to humanistic studies and Italian studies. When I was there, I studied communications, and with a minor in humanistic studies. Definitely gives you a different perspective. I think going to school in Rome, just kind of, there's so much more to the experience. Of course, you're going to be in class and you're going to be learning and taking notes and that, but there's this whole other side where you become independent and self-sufficient, and you actually figure out what you want to do in life, which is, what college is for, in my opinion. So it really pushes you to kind of find your passions. Yeah. So people always ask me how do I apply to a school in Italy? It's exactly like applying to a school in the US. We are on the Common App, and we also have an application on our website. We need, of course, your transcripts, just 2 letters of recommendation if you're coming in as a freshman, personal essay, and an interview. And we have also gone SAT and ACT test optional. So those are no longer required to complete the application for the time being. So no need to worry about that. Yeah, so it's just like applying to any other US institution, really. It's no different. For tuition and fees, so this is with the housing and the meal plan. And it's just under 34,000 per year, and this is without any scholarships, which I will get to in a second. So pretty, not too, when I tell a lot of students in the US, they're like, oh wow, only 34,000, but it's not too much. But we also have some scholarships where, a lot of people, I believe over 85% of our degree seekers do receive some sort of merit-based or need-based scholarship. I know when I was there, I received the presidential scholarship. So very, very high chance that you do receive a scholarship. And we accept FAFSA, so because we're in a US institution, we as well take federal aid from the US. So take a little bit from us, a little bit from the US, really chop down that tuition price. So here are some contacts if you guys are hoping to get in touch with us more and find out more. I would definitely suggest going on the socials. That's just such a good way to get a feel for how we run ourselves at John Cabot, and just kind of seeing Rome as a city and student life. So definitely go on Instagram and YouTube and our website as well. So definitely email the admissions@johncabot.edu if you guys have any questions. But that's it for me. So I'm a little bit early, but I'm gonna pass it on to the next presenter. So thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Leanne Allen and I represent Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia. We are a big public school. We have about 40,000 students, and of that there are 12,000 international students. The university itself is about 20 minutes from the downtown area of Sydney. As you can see here, it's a really beautiful city. Sydney has about 4 million people, which is a little different. Australia is about 24 million, so very different sort of geographically to the United States and population-wise. You get the best of both worlds of being a student at Macquarie, the big cosmopolitan city experience with the incredible beaches, and then you can retreat back to campus, which is a really pretty parkland university. It's a very vibrant experience on campus with lots of different activities happening.
Leanne, I don't think we can see your screen.
Oh dear, thank you. Let me try that again. We good?
Yep, it works.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's just show you those pretty pictures. Thanks for letting me know, guys. So here is the city of Sydney, and here is our campus, which is a really beautiful parklands university. The experience you would expect on campus is very similar to that as you would expect in a school in the US or elsewhere around the world. Australian students want the same sort of experience as any other student. So lots of clubs and associations available. We have sports as well. You can try Australian sports like Australian football or cricket, which are really fun to get involved with. One of the biggest differences is we don't have the NCAA, but we do have the Australian University Games, which a lot of students say are a highlight of their degrees. And we don't have the sororities or fraternities. We just have Greek students enjoying life on campus. We do have a really amazing sports and aquatic centre, as you can see in that picture there. We do have the outdoor pool because the weather in Sydney certainly allows it. If it's below 65 degrees, we'll generally complain it's too cold. If it's above 90 degrees, we'll generally complain it's too hot. So a very mild temperate weather in Sydney year round, which is really nice to travel and see so much of the campus and the city and everything else as well. So being in Australia, it's a little different again. We don't have general education requirements. So students generally study a 3-year degree. So you need to know what you want to study and you apply to that major as opposed to the university as you would here in the US. Our most popular programs are like our business administration and international business. We have a really phenomenal media and communication school as well. And also our cybersecurity and counterterrorism degrees are increasingly popular. We specialise in software and telecommunications engineering. And fun fact for you, Macquarie actually invented Wi-Fi, so you're welcome. We also have a really great marine science program, and you actually do your placements on the Great Barrier Reef, which is a very cool opportunity for students. We also have a flagship 6-year Bachelor of Clinical Science, Doctor of Medicine program as well. So if you're thinking you want to be a doctor, this is a really incredible program to get involved with. You actually spend 3 months of your 5th year in India at our partner hospital, and then in your final year, you're able to come back to the United States and do clinical rotations at Washington, St. Louis, and Dartmouth College, which are top 10 medical schools here in the US. We certainly do have accommodation on campus as well. It depends what kind of dorms you would like as to sort of what they come with. You could have similar to US style dorms where you live on a corridor and you have a full meal plan, or you may stay somewhere like this, which is the Macquarie University Village, where you have your own bedroom and your own bathroom, but you share the living areas and it doesn't come with a meal plan. One of the biggest differences I think here is if you are studying with us and anywhere in Australia, you will have your own bedroom. Australians find it funny that Americans share bedrooms in college. So another fun cultural difference for you. So how much does it all cost to study in Australia? Generally speaking, our tuition is approximately $24,000 per year. It does depend on what you're going to study. Some programs are a little more expensive, others are a little more affordable, but we can certainly work with you and let you know that up front. Average living costs are around $15,000 in Australia, and so total cost of attendance is approximately $40,000, and that includes your flights, accommodation, insurance, and entertainment, and all that fun stuff. It is worth considering that it is a 3-year degree generally, so you are saving yourself a year of study and a year of paying tuition, which can have substantial savings at the end of it. You can also use your US financial aid with us at Macquarie, and we do have merit-based scholarships. And you can work while studying in Australia. Minimum wage is about $20 an hour, which is super helpful. So how do you apply? We have an online application. You apply direct to the university. We don't have deadlines and it's rolling admission. So generally you receive a response within about 2 weeks of applying. Normally we require the SAT, ACT score and your transcript, but due to COVID-19, we are test optional. So once you submit your documents, you'll then get an offer letter from the university, which then you'll be able to apply for scholarships. And you'll also be able to apply for your financial aid if you choose to use that as well. We'll then assist you in getting your student visa. You come to Australia and start your degree. So it's a really phenomenal opportunity and I look forward to talking to you.
Great, thank you. Our next presenter is Temple University.
Good morning from Tokyo, everyone. My name is Andrew Evans. I'm going to talk to you about Temple University Japan campus. Just let me get this started. Okay, so Temple University Japan campus, we're an extension of our main campus out of Philadelphia in the United States. It's a huge public research university of around 40,000 students. Temple University Japan campus is slightly smaller on scale. We have around 1,200 students on campus here in Tokyo. But being part of Temple University, it means we offer the same exact degree as you would get if you graduated in Philadelphia, an American Temple degree. And you're able to transfer over your credits, such, you know, college credits, AP credits, etc. as well. Being an American school as well, we do teach entirely in English. You're not required to know any Japanese before you enroll at the university, but you can certainly learn the language when you arrive here at TUJ. Again, I mentioned that we have the campus in Philadelphia, obviously our campus in Tokyo, Japan, as well as a campus in Rome, Italy. And students are encouraged to spend time on all 3 campuses if they wish to do so. So students studying for a 4-year undergraduate degree at TUJ are able to spend a semester or 2 semesters at either or both the Philadelphia and Rome campus. In terms of our Tokyo location, we have a great location in the center of Tokyo. It's a great vantage point to go and explore the city. Tokyo is very lucky to have the most reliable and safest public transport system in the whole world, making Tokyo very, very accessible. It's something I do recommend students do when they come is explore the city. Each part of Tokyo has its own different characteristics. For example, Shibuya, which is 2 stops away from the university, is famous for its fashion, its restaurants, its shopping. You have places like Akihabara, which if you're an anime or manga fan, you've probably heard of as well. So yes, students should really go out and explore Tokyo. when they're studying with us here at TUJ. And of course, they want to go out and experience the food. We all come to Japan for our different reasons. Mine was the food. Things like sushi, ramen are famous all over the world here. And it's an even greater experience when you actually get to eat this food in Tokyo, Japan. University offers a breadth of experience in and outside of the classroom. In addition to your regular academic classes, there's a lot of focus on getting practical experience. So, for example, some of our business students have been working with companies in Silicon Valley, working on an AI project for hard of hearing people. Internships is a key component to what we do at TUJ. All of our students are eligible to apply for internships. For some of our majors, it's compulsory that you do at least one internship. You could be working with a Japanese company, an international company. For example, I listed Audi here as well, but maybe the American Embassy. You might want to be working with some of the local schools here as well. So this is a great opportunity to get to know what you want to do after you graduate and start that networking process. And then after classes are finished, we have a very detailed, very active activities program where you get not only to explore Tokyo, but other parts of Japan as well. One of the more popular activities being that climb of Mount Fuji, which everyone should do at least once when they're in Japan. One of our key strengths is diversity. This is reflected in our student grouping as well as the faculty. All of our students study together. We don't separate our Japanese students from our international students like some universities in Japan do. Average class size here is around 21 students, so you do get to know your classmates really well. And again, as I mentioned before, we have a great activities program as well as various clubs that students can be part of when they join the university. Being a small school, we focus on 10 undergraduate majors. They're listed on the screen here. You can double major, you can major minor. One of the more popular combinations being, for example, international business studies or international affairs with a Japanese minor. TUJ is actually the oldest foreign university campus in Japan. We've been here since 1982, but a key milestone for us was actually moving to a brand new campus last year in August of 2019. We're located with a partner collaborative university, Showa Women's University, and our new campus setup has been dubbed as Japan's first global campus. It's the first time an American and Japanese institution have been working together collaboratively in Japan. So it's a very exciting step for all students joining TUJ. In terms of housing opportunity, for students, there's a couple of options. When they come to the university, we do have a dormitory. Again, it's a private room, private bathroom, and communal spaces for students, as well as a homestay program for those students who really want to immerse themselves in the language and culture of Japan. Coming on to the costs of the university, one of the big advantages of being a small branch campus is our tuition is quite good when you compare to an out-of-state or a private college in the US. Our tuition comes in roughly around $15,000 per year. General living costs, I would say 10 to 15,000. So you're looking around approximately 30,000 all in for a year at TUJ. Again, being an American institution, you can use FAFSA. And we do offer a variety of merit scholarships for students when in coming to TUJ. And you're able to work part-time in Japan up to 28 hours a week, which can help supplement the cost of studying at the university. I mentioned our internships, which is a key component of our career development program. We have a 97% employment rate for students who are graduating from TUJ going into full-time employment within 1 year of leaving the university. In terms of applying, you can apply directly using our online application form. We can also use the Common App. Admission is very similar to any American college. We will need your transcripts. Again, like most universities this year, we are test optional. If your SATs or ACTs have been affected by COVID, you no longer need to send those to us. And again, you can start your application online. Thank you very much. Our website's listed on there, as well as my email address if you have any further questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you. The next institution will be University of Melbourne.
Okay, good day, everyone. I'm Todd St. Vrain. I'm just waiting to start my share screen here. All right, so good day, welcome back to Australia. University of Melbourne, welcome, or in the local Aboriginal language, Womanjeka. So University of Melbourne dates back to 1853, and we are a large public research-intensive university in the southern part of Australia, about an hour and a half from Sydney. So why would you come all the way to Melbourne for your degree? Well, I think it's the prestige of coming to a university that's ranked 26th in the world. So it's really being with the people who are at the forefront of their thinking. It's a chance to be a global citizen. We are a very large university. We have 25,000 undergrads and 25,000 graduate students, and more than 40% of our student body is international. So I think it's you're in a multicultural country where East meets West, and so it's really have a chance of having that diversity of perspectives, and also makes for really great eating. Also, in terms of your career, you're developing skills that I think are highly sought after. And in Australia, all international students have the chance to stay and work for 2 years after graduation. You have options in terms of where you can begin your career after graduation. Our degrees are also just 3 years. That's standard in Australia. You don't actually have to declare a major until halfway through your degree. And 25% of your degree is going to be called breadth subject, which is completely up to whatever you want to do. And with a strong US dollar, your annual tuition is going to be probably just under 30,000 American dollars. And all of this in the beautiful city of Melbourne, a city of 4 million people, very friendly, 7 times voted the most livable in the world. So in terms of what you can study, we have streamlined our degrees. And if you just go to find a course that you can search for all of your interests, and it's going to give you, each degree page is going to give you quite detailed information about the majors, entry requirements, and so forth. That might be in agriculture. Arts in Australia is liberal arts, and I've highlighted here some of the more popular majors like criminology, media, psychology, politics as well. Biomedicine, we're right next to the biomedical precinct, a hub of 40 research centers and teaching hospitals where they're doing things like bioengineering heat-resistant coral to save the Great Barrier Reef. We call business commerce, that's our largest school. And even if you're not doing design or fine arts or music, you could certainly take electives in these areas, and quite an extensive range in the sciences and engineering, IT. Melbourne's regarded the Silicon Valley of biotechnology, as well as environment and zoology and so forth. So coming from the US, your admissions is going to be based on either on your SAT or ACT. We're currently not test optional, it's under review, but because of our different academic year, you actually wouldn't have to present a SAT or ACT until the end of your senior year. Each degree, the admissions is going to be a little bit different. There is a minimum unweighted GPA, and each of our degrees, we're one of the few universities in Australia that require AP exams to meet certain prerequisites, but that's not for credit. If you're not doing AP exams, you would have to present university level subjects to meet those prerequisites. We also accept the IB as well. So it's one or the other, and these are the requirements for that. Coming to uni isn't just about your academic life. So like all universities, there's going to be a wide range of clubs and sports activities to make the most of it. Again, our tuition and total cost is going to be comparable to what you would find here in the United States, or maybe even slightly more affordable. For very high qualifying students, you're automatically considered for an international graduate scholarship. And as my colleagues have said, at other universities, you can use student loans, FAFSA, at University of Melbourne. It's different down under, so we have a different academic year with our semester 1 starting in March and semester 2 in late July. So our admissions deadlines are a bit different. My advice is just to apply when you are applying to institutions in the United States, with referrals quite automatic and standard in Australia. If there's any Australians on with us, it is a bit different when and how you apply to us. For any sophomores, juniors, we have a great program in July for our high school students to come check us out. And we'll finally end with a campus tour. We're in the heart of the city with beautiful historic sandstone buildings, but also very modern buildings and student orientation. It's a bit of fun. Our car park is a bit famous for being featured in one of the Mad Max movies and other things. And all of this in Melbourne, a really great, vibrant city known for street art, cafes, live music, sports, and beautiful access to nature. So thanks for coming to Melbourne, and look forward if you have any questions, and on to the next presenter.
Thank you. Our next presenter is IE University.
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. Super excited to meet or virtually meet with everyone. If you want, feel free to scan the QR code. I'm sure you already know how, and as you do that, I'll introduce myself. My name is Micah Tropman. I am based in one of our 31 offices worldwide in Los Angeles, California. I am also an alum from IE University and didn't speak any Spanish before I went. So I'm happy to always get in touch and help you with your application and speak about my experience. So who are our students? So IE happens to be one of the world's most international universities in Europe. We have and accept over 50 different education systems. So if that means you're studying the IB diploma, American, Canadian, German, we definitely accept it. Over 75% of our students are actually international. So everybody is essentially coming from abroad, and over 45 languages are spoken on campus. And in a mix of that, we have over 130 nationalities in our undergraduate student body, with a total of 4,100 per class. So we are ranked 6th in business, 1st in Spain, and 3rd in Europe. And then in terms of recruitment for jobs, we are ranked 7th in the world, 9th in student satisfaction, and then 18th worldwide. So what's really unique about IE is we are located in Spain, but we do have 2 campuses. So you essentially get 2 locations, 1 experience. And Spain is the 2nd most visited country in the world. It's got the 3rd largest transportation system. It's super safe, open-minded, and a great place to be as a university student. So our Madrid campus, we are in the capital. Again, these are just some photos, but it's a great city, super safe, like I mentioned. IE is known for entrepreneurship, innovation, sustainability, humanities, and we are building a new tower. So that will be ready spring 2021. Super excited about that. It's going to be the only high-rise university in all of Europe, complete, I think, 32 stories. There's a whole room or floor that's dedicated to virtual reality learning, AI stuff, a lot of green space, basically one-stop shop, everything you're going to need. And then our Segovia campus is very, very different from that. The Segovia campus is only about 30 minutes outside of Madrid. Our campus was built in 1218, so it is really, really old, much older than the US. It's also a World UNESCO site, which means the United Nations protects it, and they actually visit our campus quite a bit. So if you are somebody who's looking to study international relations, it would be a good place to look into. So what's unique about this school is we are known for our practical teaching methods. Your classroom studies will be complete with simulation learning, case studies, a lot of group work. And then as you get further into your studies at IE, you have the opportunity to actually do paid internships abroad in different countries, as well as international exchanges. I don't have the complete list here, but we actually have over, I know this slide is going to say 160, but we have over 220 partnerships with top universities. So if you love to travel or a little bit of a globetrotter, this would be a great school to look into. Talents and careers, sorry, that slide was fast, but over 5% of our students do graduate with their own companies. Given that we are an entrepreneurial business school, students have the opportunity to work with investors, mentors, and we also have an incubator on campus. So where does everybody go after IE? So some key employability facts: over 43% of our students actually end up getting a career or a job outside of their country of origin. So if you're coming from the US, you studied IE, it's possible that you could be in Japan or England or wherever it is that you would like. 20% of them do stay back in Spain. You have, I believe, up to a year to look for work after graduation. And then 25% of them will further their education. So how to apply? So we are available on Common App as well as our own website. We do have an online application, and you are welcome to apply on either or, it doesn't matter. We do have what's called an online assessment, and that is sent to you once you complete your application and the fee. It's 3 questions, 2 of them are live recorded videos and 1 short prompt response. In regards to the SATs and ACTs, we do typically accept them, but I know with the current situation, it's a little bit harder this year to take it, but we've been very fortunate that we've always offered our own admissions test for many decades now. So you're welcome to take that. It is an exam that you don't have to study for. It measures how you learn, English levels, personalities, all sorts of things, and it doesn't favor any education system in the world. And it also helps us promote diversity, because diversity is really, really important to us. The last step would be the personal interview. Again, that would be done virtually, and it's really just getting to know you. You really are a person to us. We're excited to hear your journey and your story and get to know you a little bit better. So just like other universities around the world, and more specifically in Europe and at IE, you do apply into a program. So what's great is we're one of 88 schools in the world that our degrees are accredited worldwide. So again, you can work anywhere in the world, but you apply straight into a program. So we offer single and dual degrees at IE. Some of our most popular programs are going to be business administration, computer science, and artificial intelligence, international relations, as well as law. And then our dual degrees, if you want different pathways or career opportunities, it would also be a great degree to look into. And we offer 4- and 5-year degrees. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am here to help you every step of the way, and I look forward to connecting. So thank you for coming today. I appreciate it.
Wonderful, thank you. We still have some time. If there are any questions that anyone may have, please feel free to use the Q&A box to enter those, and the representatives would be more than happy to answer your questions. One of the questions was, will there be time at the end to show all the QR codes? I think just based on the various institutions, this presentation will be recorded. So if you missed a QR code, you can certainly review the presentation that will be on demand, and then you can get their information or the QR codes from there as well. So I'll let the representatives, if there are any general questions that you have been answering, or any general questions that you have, please feel free to enter them into the chat box, or I will also just let the representatives answer the questions that they're receiving here for the next couple of minutes. So if you have specific questions for an institution, feel free to type those in the Q&A section, and they'll be able to answer them. Just as they are finishing up with their questions, as I mentioned, we just thank you for attending this session. We thank the panel for taking the time to provide some great information about their institutions. Thank you again for joining us. When we close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And also, as I mentioned, in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as any other session that you've attended. So. Okay. Any last minute questions you have? Okay. Well, thank you everyone for attending.